Whoa, it's amazing out there. I don't know if it's amazing. The weather, it's been raining just constantly. It's wet. It's a little chilly. It's not too cold. How's it going? Welcome back. Thanks for coming. It's March 6th, 2024. Yeah, it's that time of year when nothing seems good. There's not a lot going on. You have a little bit of hope because the days are getting longer, but you know you still have a few more months before you can really start enjoying the outdoors when things start to grow again. So this is just that dark season. This time of year, I'm always looking for something to do, and I'm not generally working, so I have a lot of free time. So I'm just trying to make something, anything. I'm looking for stuff, trying to find things that are interesting. I was looking back at old photos and I realized exactly 10 years ago, March 2014. Now, what were you doing 10 years ago? Well, I was taking photographs of things that I bought on Amazon and compiling them together into a series and ultimately a little self-published book I called Primed. This book right here. Now, this has come up twice now. Brian called in and he mentioned this book. Andrew from the other day suggested maybe I talk about what's in this book. And I think maybe that's a good idea. And it's funny because it's the 10-year anniversary. Okay, I just want to clarify real quick. This is the 10-year anniversary of making these pictures. I didn't publish the book until December of 2014. Okay, keep explaining what this is all about. So, what is this book? This book is basically me just making still life photographs of random shit that I bought on Amazon. Now, it's not totally random. A lot of it is stuff that I actually need. And I think actually most things that I buy are things that I need. I'm not really just buying things for the sake of buying them. More often than not, they're related to my business. And in some ways, literally everything I buy, no matter what it is, I can say is somehow related to my business because my business is basically my entire life of existence. Anything can become a photo. Anything I do can be made and used some way, in one way or another, as a prop or a tool that moves my work along. It's just kind of a long-winded way of saying I buy a lot of shit, but some of it's interesting and got me thinking. This sort of ties into the curve of photographic. No, it's called the Curve of Interestingness. No, what's wrong with you? Come on, you got it right the first time. It's the Curve of Photographic Interestingness. The Curve of Photographic Interestingness. A photo is interesting the day you take it, and then it gets progressively less and less interesting over a certain amount of years. I say about 6 or so, until it starts getting interesting again and goes up and gets more and more interesting, almost sort of exponentially interesting over time. And the older a photograph gets, the more interesting it becomes. It's kind of obvious, but to see it in the chart, maybe makes it make more sense or something. I don't know. But the point is, these photographs are now 10 years old. And what makes the photographs, which were kind of good, some are good, some better than others, obviously, is the fact that a lot of the things in this book now are old, like technologically old. And I wanted to flip through and just review some of these pictures because it's kind of fun. So check it out. I'm going to set up this camera right here. I know I might have said this is only good for outside, which kind of is true, but it can work inside. Whatever. Okay. So on page 7, check this out. It's my old Asus router. Dual band wireless N900 gigabit router. Now I have internet in my studio. It's not connected through wires. It's Wi-Fi. And I used to have to get these giant antennas to try to get a trickle of internet out here. It's since gotten better. I now use Eros, which work amazing. But isn't that, look at that dated technology. Who has that? People might still have this, but they got a lot smaller and you don't need those antennas. Maybe you never needed them. Does anyone really know? Look at this. I took a picture of my Canon 5D, which I guess I was using still 10 years ago. I don't totally remember, but look at this camera. The speed light on it. The worst tripod head in existence. You know, this got me thinking, I think I was buying all of my camera gear on Amazon in this period of time. I would never do that now. Anyway, look at that antique. I have it in the bag over there. Maybe we'll look at that again. Probably doesn't work like everything else. Look at this next page. Page 17. My old NAS backup systems. There's a Netgear Ready NAS, 2 of them. And then my very first Synology. You know, I bought all of this stuff on Amazon, obviously, and I've since consolidated into one NAS because at the time, hard drives were more expensive. These probably only had, they had 2 terabyte drives in there. Now each one of my bays, each drive I get is like, I don't know, 16 terabytes each. So I was able to finally consolidate all of these units into one. It's weird that I had 3 going simultaneously at this particular time, but you know, that's just kind of what we did back then, I guess. Look at this old Fujifilm X100S. For some reason, I own this camera and I don't really even remember owning it. And I think it's because I maybe used it for a week and thought it was absolute garbage. This type of camera is not something I would ever need, but it looks cool. I probably sold it back, but it is the kind of camera people, I know still, I think a new one of these just came out. They buy it just to put it on a shelf because it looks good. And aesthetics are an important decision when buying cameras. Wait a second. Do you hear that? Oh, it's been happening all day. Hold on a second. These geese, they're migrating now, which is interesting. Hold on, I gotta go. Wow, that was amazing. I think I got something. I was trying to get the drone up alongside them. Couldn't really catch up. Maybe I'll get it better next time. Anyway, what were we talking about? This book, yes. You know, whatever. I think we said enough. Thanks for coming. Do the stuff, like, subscribe, call the hotline. I'm sure future Noah fixed this in a way that made it somewhat tolerable. You have no idea the shit that I've had to do to make this work. You know, fuck it, I'm gonna call you right now. Hello? Noah. You're killing me, man. First things first, you made me have to re-record all of the Osmo stuff because you didn't hit record when you were recording, so I had to fake all of that later. Then, when we go outside and shoot the geese, you didn't really even get that many good shots. Okay. And how's that even related to what you're talking about in the first place? It makes no sense. You have to do better. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and maybe write a script for this part, because when you're just saying words, I have to then make up stuff to say to what you're going to say, and it would be so much easier if we planned it out in advance. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry too. Okay. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay, we're done. Click on a video, this one or this one. Both are okay. Check them out. Can't hurt. See you later.